In this video, we're going to go over the song Made for More by Josh Baldwin. So that first verse is going to sound like this. I know who I am, 'cause I know who you are. The cross of salvation was only the start. Now I am chosen, free and forgiven. I have a future, and it's worth living. Alright, so we're here in the key of C. I'm playing capo on the 5th fret. And I'm playing chords in the key of G. So that's the original key of his song. So if you want to play along with him on Spotify or YouTube and practice the strumming and practice these chords, you can just play capo 5th fret, these G shapes here. So the chords we need this G chord. We need the C chord. We need the D chord. We need the E minor chord. We need the G over B chord. And then lastly, we need the A minor chord, which you can do this one here, which is the one I will probably do. It's just the easiest one when you're playing in the key of G. You can just keep those two fingers locked in on those low strings there, or the high strings. So that could be your A minor. If you want to give it more of an A minor 7 sound, you can do that one. Still keeping that pinky finger locked in on that high E string. That way it'll make it a little bit easier for you to kind of get back to that next chord wherever it is, instead of taking your fingers, your pinky and your ring finger, completely off that foundation. So you can use either one of those, and I think that's it. So for this song, pretty simple. The verse 1 is the same as verse 2, so that's kind of nice. So we have an intro just on the G chord. We have a verse 1, we have a chorus, and then verse 2 is just a repeat of verse 1, which is nice. Then we do the chorus again, and then we do the bridge. So pretty easy. I'm going to be using the chord charts I have on my Patreon page. So if you need them, I'm going to put the lyrics and the chords up on the screen so you can see kind of what we're walking through on each part of the song as we normally do. But if you need to download them, or if you need to print them off just to make some notes, to make notes on the strumming patterns or anything like that, they're on my Patreon page, so you can use that. The link for that is in the description down below. So if you need that as a resource, definitely use that. So for the strumming for this song, we're going to use just one main strum pattern for the entire thing. So the song's in 6/8 timing. You don't really need to know what that means, but that is the time signature of the song. The strum pattern that we're going to use for the entire song is going to be down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So the intro is just, we're going to hang on that G chord. I know who I am, 'cause I know who you are. The cross of salvation was only the start. Now I am chosen, free and forgiven. I have a future, and it's worth living. And I wasn't made. So that'll go into the chorus. Now, when you see the G over B on the verses, like if you just wanted to play that G chord, that's totally fine. If that G over B is just a little like challenging for you to get to, you could just play that regular G chord and that would be totally fine. I think it sounds a little bit better with the G over B, but you know, just as an option for you if you're a beginner player and you're like, I can't really get to that G over B quite yet, you can just play that G over B until you get comfortable with that G over B. So the only thing I would say for this first verse, you know, the first verse, we're just kind of getting into the song. We don't really want to be like super, you know, hard, and we don't want it to be super busy with our strum. So if you wanted to take out the second down strum of that strum pattern, that might be a good option. So that would sound like this. Now that would probably be what I would do, you know, for this first verse. So instead of doing down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, you could do down, up, 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 down. Just kind of make it a little bit more open and less busy. So, I know who I am, 'cause I know who you are. The cross of salvation was only the start. Now I am chosen, free and forgiven, and I have a future, and it's worth living. So as you can tell and hear, it just kind of sounds a little bit more open and a little bit less busy for that first verse. So that's an option. You could also just kind of do some picking. Cross of salvation was only the start. And I'm doing no specific pattern here. I'm really kind of keeping in that same flow and rhythm of that strum pattern. But I'm just kind of picking out some different strings. I'm just picking the bass note of each chord and then just following that kind of that strum pattern. And sometimes I might be picking that B string. Sometimes I might be clipping the high E string and the B string. Maybe that G string there. So, you know, a couple of different options that you can use for that first verse. And so getting into the chorus, we're going to use that same strum pattern. It's going to sound like this. 'Cause I wasn't made to be tending the grave, I was called by name, born and raised back to life again. I was made for more. So why would I make a bed in my shame when a fountain of grace is running my way? I know I am yours. I was made for more. I'll play through it again. 'Cause I wasn't made to be tending a grave, I was called by name, born and raised back to life again. I was made for more. So why would I make a bed in my shame when a fountain of grace is running my way? I know I am yours. I was made for more. Into verse 2. And I know who I am. So verse 2 is the same, literally the same lyrics, same chords as verse 1. I would just say if you're leading this and you're a guy, you would just want to, you know, that first verse singing it kind of low. The second verse, if you can, you know, jump up, you know, and sing it higher in the higher octave like he does. If not, you can just play around with the capo and figure out, you know, if you need to lower it a little bit. But verse 2 is the same. And that chorus, if you know, same thing with the verse on that G over B. If you wanted to just play a regular G chord, I was called by name, born and raised back to life again. I was made for more, so why would I make a bed in my shame when a fountain of grace is running my way? You can just do that regular G chord too. You don't need to do the G over B if you don't want. So then we do verse 2, then we do the chorus again, and then the bridge is gonna be same strum pattern, just the down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So hallelujah, called out my name, sing out your praise, hallelujah, my past I'm not going back. Tending the grave, I was called by name, born and raised back to life again. I was made for more. So that'll go back into the chorus. I think you can do the chorus 2 times. And yeah, maybe drop out that first time, because I wasn't made to be tending the grave, I was called by, just some down strums on those chords, and then kind of building it up again, kind of like you hear in the recording. So for that bridge, yeah, I mean, you can, you know, do that same strum pattern, or if you wanted to kind of do a building strum pattern of just kind of doing 6 down strums and kind of making it a little bit of a hybrid strum pattern, if that makes sense. So hallelujah, called out my name, sing out your praise, hallelujah, buried my past and I'm not going back. Wasn't made to be tending the grave, I was called. So that's something you can do if you're gonna do that bridge twice. Yeah, maybe do that building pattern the second time through, and it'll give the song kind of some nice dynamics going into that big chorus as you wrap it up. All right, so that's it. That's how you play the song. Hopefully that helps you out. Again, if you need the chord charts for this song, they'll be on my Patreon page for you to print off, download if you need them. If not, I'll catch you next time.